So good afternoon. That's good, but that's not great. They've assured me these lights don't fall down even if you roar a good afternoon. Are you ready to roar? Yes? Fantastic. So good afternoon. Fantastic. You know, I always believe the world is nothing but an exchange of energy. Supposing I come up to you and say good afternoon, how do you feel? Pretty ordinary, right? But if I come up, shake hands with you nicely and say good afternoon, the exchange of energy is good, we feel better. And if we want to unleash our true potential, I think one of the biggest things we need to in our lives is higher energy. How many of you agree with that? Do you agree we need higher energy? Yeah, energy makes everything possible. Would you like a few, 2-3 minutes introduction through form of a few slides which my team has prepared so you know a little bit about the speaker? Yes? Would that help? Right? To at least know who Nikhil Desai is. So I did my master's in the US. I worked in New York after that. I did an MBA in marketing. And then I came back to India and set up my first business and grew from 1 business to 8 businesses in 8 years. So that was a lot of passion that was involved, and whatever I motivated myself to achieve the results that I was able to achieve. But I was very passionate about training because I was sponsored by my company to attend the kind of programs I now conduct. In New York, I was sponsored, and I said, India didn't have that. We were not even liberalized when I came back. I said, let me set up a company which will offer these programs. And I went to companies and said, hey, I have a lovely time management program. And I got answers like, Nikhil, we have no time for a time management program. You know, 40 years ago, India was like that, right? Okay. And today I'm happy to say, my friends, that I travel to 42 countries of the world, 35 years, 250,000 people, and people call me, even Caterpillar in Singapore invited me to do a time management program. They had people from 7 countries, Asia Pacific, headquarters, Asia Pacific headquarters there. So a lot of work just because of the passion. If I can do it, all of you can also do whatever I've done and more. Yes, no, in your respective fields, and that is the message I want to give yourself. But what is important is that you must be LLL. Any guesses what LLL is? Any guesses what LLL is? Very quickly, any guesses? Any guesses? What is LLL? LLL is an acronym. Can you see that LLL there? Right? What's an acronym? LLL. Any guess? Don't worry, right or wrong. It's live, laugh, love. Absolutely, I do that all the time. What else? What else? It's be a lifelong learner. Be a lifelong learner. If you really want to fulfill your true potential, you have to keep on learning all the time. How many of you are ready today on 17th February to become a lifelong learner? Raise your hand up. Right? Fantastic. And stretch it a bit, and take it behind your back and pat yourself a few times, because you just made a very important decision of becoming a lifelong learner. Right? So writing a book called The 9 Habits of Super Successful People, I said if Kavi can write 7, Indian should write 9. Right? Right? And 9, of course, is much more. And I'm going to be publishing this year. India's best corporate motivational speaker at the national level, but at the Asia level, recently I was awarded by, any guesses who this gentleman is? Any guesses? Mahesh Bhupati, right? Our tennis star, right? And yeah, there. And he, at the Geo Convention Center, was awarded that. Dia Mirza, a few months ago, also gave me a Global Excellence in Motivational Speaking Award. And of course, at this same platform a few years ago, I was receiving a Lifetime Achievement Award in the ballroom, right? So since we are in this platform. TEDx talk, if you'd like to listen, please go ahead, right? Very interestingly, did a program a few months ago in the Royal Caribbean cruise from Singapore. How many of you have been on a cruise? Some of us? Fantastic. It's fun to be on a cruise, but do you agree it's more fun when your flights are paid from here to Singapore, your 3-night cruise is paid, and you're paid to do a 45-minute motivational program for 300 people? Is it more fun? Right? Right? How many of you would like to be in my place? Raise your hand up. Awesome, awesome, awesome. So I'm just sharing with you, since January 2026, I have started India's first Certified Motivational Speaker program, that's CMS. If you all are more interested, later on get in touch with me. We'll talk about it a little later. HR and Training Company of the Year by the CEO magazine, and some of the best clients in the world. British Gas, I fly by helicopter in the oceans to run programs. Pfizer, Volvo in Sweden, and all those, right? So think it over. Henry Ford had said, anyone who stops learning is old, whether at 20 or 80. Anyone who keeps learning stays young. the greatest thing in life is to keep your mind young. I had recently, one of my public programs in Bombay, an 85-year-old attended a full day program from 10 to 5. And he said, Nikhil, if I find only one idea, that's enough for me at this age and stage, but one idea, it's well investment. That kind of mentality we must have, that we are in a learning program to get something that's going to be an investment, because an idea can change your life. So always we look out for that idea that can change your life. If you look at basic fundamental, a PhD attended my program and said, Nikhil, your programs are SAP. So I said, what is SAP? He said, simple, actionable, practical. And that's what, I don't want to talk jargons. I could talk MBA jargon, this jargon, no. But simple fundamental concept of business excellence, first and foremost, is visionary leadership. And never leadership by position, it's always leadership by action. Yes, no. I go to many organizations, I see some people who really, have big titles, but they don't act like leaders. And there are some people with very small titles, but they act as if they own the company, right? That's the kind of leaders that we are looking for. All of us heard of Jack Welch, right? Jack Welch was the CEO of General Electric. And he was one of the greatest CEOs that America ever produced. When he passed away a few years ago, what happened? The President of the United States also said, America's business leader of the century has passed away. That's how he was addressed. And Jack Welch said something very interesting about the 4 E's and 1 P. What are they? 4 E's. The first E is energy. He says, whenever I'm looking for people, I look for people with tremendous personal energy. I don't look at big resumes, the technical skills, everything. I want basic stuff. This is very important whenever I'm looking for leadership people. Energy. Second, he says, I want people who can energize their teams, because they may be down sometimes. And if I have leaders who can energize their teams, it's going to make a difference to the team and therefore to the organization. And when I talk of energy, I can give you one example. Last year I was in the US conducting programs. I landed in Mumbai at 2:30 a.m. after a long flight from San Francisco. After doing all that, 2:30 a.m. I was down, 3:15 I was out of immigration and customs, 3:45 I was taking a domestic flight, checking in to take a 4:55 a.m. flight to Goa for 70 people, a full day program. That's what I'm talking about, energy. And we sometimes say, oh, time difference, this happened, 27-hour flight because, it was a very long flight via Doha, all that. Nothing. If we really put our mind, we can achieve the kind of energy that we really are capable of. Edge, someone with a competitive edge and a will to win. And finally, execution, those having a track record of getting results, not excuses. Many times I see in corporate world, people suffer from what I call a disease of excusitis. Everything that doesn't work, there's an excuse for it. My request is we need to get out of it and be continuously looking for what are solutions and not what are the problems. And finally, passion, a deep, heartfelt passion for work and life. Because if you are very passionate about your life, you'll do better, personal life, you'll do better at work. And if you have a great work life, there are chances that you'll have a great personal life. And that is very, very critical, right? Continuous improvement and innovation. What phone do you see here? Nokia. How many of you are using a Nokia smartphone right now? Nobody. Because in that space, they did not innovate. Now, some of us may not be producing products, we may be giving services, but all of us can do and innovate in the way we are living our personal and professional life. That's the message. Because Albert Einstein had said, if you keep doing things the way you were getting, you will keep getting the same results you were getting. You want different results, you have to learn to do things differently, even if it means taking a risk, even if it means failing. Because there is no failure if you learn a lesson, isn't it? Right? We all know, we've heard this so many times, that failures are stepping stones to success. And in spite of that, we have such a big fear of failure that we are not ready to do something different because you don't want to fail. There's a certain conditioning we have about failure, that you look foolish and whatever. So my request is continuously innovate, because new and creative ideas are very important. Toyota receives 2 million ideas every year from its employees, and that is what makes Toyota Toyota, right? Can we also, some of us are HR heads, can we also invite ideas from our colleagues, from our teams, and actually look at them, acknowledge them, right? It would make a big difference to our organization. Customer delight is so important. You know, there was a time we used to talk of something called customer satisfaction audit. Have you heard that? Many decades ago it happened, or years ago. Today, customer satisfaction is a given. If you don't satisfy your customer, your company will die. If you satisfy your customer, your company will survive. But it is only when you delight your customer that your company will thrive. And I'm sure all of us want to be in thriving organizations, and for that, delighting not only the external customer, but also your internal customer is very, very important. Can I continuously wow my internal and external customers wherever possible, right? And therefore, the importance of soft skills. A research by Harvard University has shown that 85% of an executive's success at work is due to soft skills, only 15% due to technical and functional skills. And yet so many companies invest so much time and energy on technical and functional training and not enough on soft skills, which make a hard difference. And my request to all of you is invest more in yourself and your teams and your organization in soft skills, because that's going to be... I was doing a program in San Francisco for the US Coast Guard, and the training officer came to me and said, Nikhil, it was a program on stress management. He says, we need more programs like this instead of doing the technical and functional training that we keep doing, right? So very, very important. So I created a model which is called the WEST model, which I've trademarked, where V stands for vision, E for enthusiasm, S for stress mastery, and T for trust. And I'm sure all of us agree that WEST is important for all of us. Do you agree that all this is important, all the 4 pillars of WEST? So very briefly, I'll take you through them. When I'm talking about vision, obviously I'm not talking about the binocular vision. I'm talking about you to see yourself 5 years from now. Where will you be? Your organization, where will it be? 3 years from now, 1 year from now. And how do you connect your today with your tomorrow? You want to be there, then are you going to be connecting those dots properly so that you are in line with that vision? Or is it somewhere you're getting distracted and off track? And I'm sure if we are honest, many of us say we set goals, we have some kind of a vision, but we get off track very easily. Yes, no, right? And that's what we need to work on, right? So let's take one example of non-visionary. This telephone has too many shortcomings to be seriously considered as a means of communication. This device is inherently of no value to us. 150 years ago, when Western Union internal memo was this particular statement that it is of no value. Imagine if the world had accepted that as the gospel truth. Today we would not have phones, the smartphones that we are carrying, correct? In fact, I remember when we had telephones in India, we had the dialers. Remember the rotary dialers? Some of us who are older would know, right? Rest of us can look it in a museum or on Google, right? And then when you dialed a 0, sometimes it didn't even come back. So you got a wrong number and you spoke to somebody for 5 minutes even on a wrong number because at least you could speak. When I started my business in India, when I wanted to speak to my clients, especially in the smaller towns, I could not speak directly with them. I had to convey my message to the operator. The operator would convey to the client. The client would then get that answer and I would get back and I'd be charged for this whole process, right? So there was something in India that were called ordinary calls, urgent calls, and lightning calls. So ordinary cost example was say 10 rupees a minute. Your urgent calls would be 20, 2 times. Lightning call would be 80 rupees a minute for a local call, and yet lightning would not strike many times. You know what I'm saying? Right? Even after wanting to pay so much, you were not able to get through the calls. So that was it. But we needed visionaries. Visionaries worked on it. Look at the HR vision of Intel. Beautiful. It's just not what we make. It's what we make possible. Great minds, big hearts, collaborating to make history. Just imagine our organization also with great minds and big hearts. And if we collaborate comes from the word co-labor, right? We work together. We can also make history in whatever we are doing. We all can do more. I want all of us 3 times to say it with me. We can do more. We can do more. And the last one, we can do more. Bank Muscat in Muscat called me to do a program, 3-hour program. Only the title of that program was Do More. Do more. Same resources, do more without stress, but more success. And that was it. So do more. We are all capable of doing that. In 2026, what will you and your team do? What will you stop doing? Because first, if you want to do more, you have to stop doing things that are not working for you. What will you start doing which is not being done so far? What will you continue doing that's working well? And what will you complete that you've already started? This is my SSCC model which you can use, and at least once a month sit with your teams and ask them these questions. E stands for enthusiasm. V for vision, E for enthusiasm. Enthusiasm comes from the Greek word entheos. Entheos means full of life, full of energy, full of vitality. I always believe the greatest bankrupt in the world is not a person who doesn't have money. The greatest bankrupt in the world is a person who doesn't have enthusiasm for this beautiful gift of life. How many of us agree life is a beautiful gift, right? And what we do with our gift is a gift to the Almighty. Do you want to give an ordinary gift or a great gift? If you want to get a great gift, you have to live an ordinary or a great life, enthusiastic life. Correct? अर्ज करता हूँ, जिंदगी खूबसूरत है. जिंदगी खूबसूरत है, हमें जीना नहीं आया. जिंदगी खूबसूरत है, हमें जीना नहीं आया. नशा हर चीज में है, हमें जीना नहीं आया. ये एक बार नशा आ जाए ना 24/7, वो शाम का नशा हो या ना हो, no difference. Because that शाम का नशा, how often can you have? Once a month? Once a week? Once every evening? Not once every hour. But this can be once continuously flowing within. And that can be a big life changer. How many of us agree with that? Yes? Right? Many people say, Nikhil, how come you have this energy, this? I say, if I give energy, I get energy. Simple. Right? So be a person who is giving enthusiasm, giving energy, and you'll find that a lot of it will come back to you, because enthusiasm is contagious. Unlike the common cold which you don't want to catch and give to others, catch and give others enthusiasm. Because your enthusiasm determines your attitude, and your attitude determines your altitude. How high you go in life is not decided by your facts and circumstances, but by your attitude to those facts and circumstances. Yes or no? And that is why we had Dr. Abdul J. Kalam, the president of this great country, who used to sell newspapers so that some money he could gather to help his parents pay for his fees. He was the president of our country. I was honored a few months ago to be invited at the Abdul J. Missile Complex in Hyderabad. It's a 4,000-acre complex where the current director of that Abdul J. Missile high security complex and 200 senior scientists of India attended my motivational session. They actually called me, invited me to do that. The first director of that complex was Dr. Abdul J. Kalam, and it is named after him. It's amazing. So thank you. Thank you. Thank you. That is why we have a prime minister. I think he's visiting in Mumbai today, but he used to sell tea, right? Right? I don't belong to any one party, so it's not about BJP or anybody. But anybody who is selling tea and becomes a prime minister of this great country and makes a big name for himself and obviously the country is definitely somebody, is because of attitude and nothing else. Attitude is more important than facts. It is more important than the past, than education, than money, than circumstances, than failures, than success, than what other people think, say or do. It will make or break a company or a home. More divorces occur today because of the attitude of one or both of the partners. Yes or no? More companies go bankrupt because of the attitude of the management or the staff. Right? The remarkable thing is, we have a choice every day regarding the attitude we will embrace for that day. Yesterday could be the worst day of your life. Today when you get up in the morning, it's a new day. And you have two choices. You can say, good morning, God. Or you can say, oh God, it's morning. Almost the same words. But But how you get up in the morning determines your day, the day determines your week, the week determines your month, the month determines your year, and the year determines your life. Yes or no? So can we get up with a spring in our step every morning? I travel so much everywhere, but I'm looking forward to the day because I want to make a difference in people's lives. In inverted commas, I'm mad. What is I'm mad? Making a difference all the time. Right? Right? I'm convinced that life is 10% what happens to me and 90% how I react to it. And so it is with you. We are in charge of our attitudes. Say it once after me. We are in charge of our attitudes. We are in charge, everything is in charge. If we are not in charge of our attitudes, we will find all kinds of problems. V for vision, E for enthusiasm, S for stress mastery. Right? Right? So, does this happen to us sometimes? Yes or no? Late nights, time management, fear, anxiety, health issues, right? Stress. Generally, if you look at it, stress levels worldwide, are they rising? Yes or no? Yes. Before the pandemic, there was a lot of stress. During the pandemic, it became very bad. Pandemic settled down and then you had the Russia and Ukraine war, right? Now we are sort of getting used to it, war happening, not happening, we don't know. But now we have a gentleman called Donald Trump. Right? So somewhere or the other, even the world, and of course at a personal level also, there's a lot of stress, right, for a lot of people. So, what is stress? Stress is the wear and tear of our body and mind experiences as we adjust to a continually changing environment. And change is occurring faster than ever before in the history of mankind, isn't it? And any change causes you stress, unless you know how to manage it well. So what are the benefits of managing stress? One, you will achieve peak performance and productivity. Especially in the Western world, they are focusing a lot on stress management. My session at the World Conference, of course that's not Western, but at the World Conference on Training and Development in Malaysia was on stress management. And rated one of the best sessions of the conference, invited to have dinner with the King and Queen of Malaysia as the top 5 speakers of the conference. So that much focus. International Society for Performance Improvement, Europe and US conferences, similar topic. Again invited for encore presentations in all the countries. So, improved problem solving and decision making. When did Archimedes say Eureka? When he was in the bathtub, relaxed. Was he stressed that time? No. Similarly, if you want solutions to our problems, there will be times you don't have to be in the bathtub. Many of us don't even have bathtubs at home nowadays, right? Difficult to have one because of the space. Point I'm now trying to say is we have to be relaxed, we have to be calm, we have to be de-stressed, we have to be energized. Then you'll find better ways to succeed. And you'll be able to respond to any crisis that occurs in your life, and you'll have better interpersonal communication. If you are stressed and your colleague comes and talks to you, sometimes you're going to talk in a manner that you did not want to. Similarly with your family, with your friends. So it's important that you manage your stress and you have better health and vitality. Right? So, what's the relationship between stress and performance? When stress is very low, performance is low. Then you have a chalta hai attitude, carefree attitude, careless attitude sometimes. So that is why goals are important, deadlines are important, because that gives us the motivation. I want to reach 500,000 participants by the end of this decade. I've crossed 250,000. That's stress for me, but that is what is called eustress. What is eustress? Positive, inspiring stress. Stress itself is not bad or, good or bad. Is electricity good or bad? It could be either. It depends on you how you use it, right? Right? If you touch a live wire, it's bad. But right now we are using it in the good way. Similarly, stress, if you use it to inspire you, the eustress, it is good. But otherwise, it can be bad for you. Not only it will reduce your productivity, it will affect your health, it will drain your energy. Doesn't it happen sometimes? End of the day, we've not done much and we feel very tired. And some days you're very fresh, because some days you are not stressed, some days you are very stressed, and it will strain relationships. Big price to pay for not managing stress well. So before, music, when music used to be produced on CDs, etc., we produced a CD called Music for True Relaxation, and we had every month thousands of CDs being sold all over India, right? But now, of course, everything is available online, and you can listen and see and view, and whatever music that you like, that makes a difference. It may not be the kind of instrumental music that we had produced, but music is definitely a great de-stressor. Exercise is wonderful, right? Because exercise produces endorphins in your body. Endorphins are mood elevators and painkillers. And therefore, it's very, very important that you exercise every day. 24 minutes in 24 hours can you spend on a simple, whatever exercises that work for you, right? Whatever works for you on an average. 1 minute per hour, 24 minutes per 24 hours. And sometimes you don't have much time during the week, take it over the weekend, right? So maybe 10, 15 minutes every day, and Saturday, Sunday, maybe half an hour, 45 minutes to make up your 24 minutes. It will make a big difference, because John F. Kennedy had said, the time to repair the roof is when the sun is shining, not when it is already leaking, not when there is, problems that are coming, seepages. So all of us right now have good health. But if we take good care of our health now, we will have less problems in the times to come. And therefore, for the men sitting in this room, looking at this picture only is not enough. They'll say, good, 24 minutes of looking at a picture like this and I'll be de-stressed. No, you need to do what they're doing in the picture. And finally, of course, laughter. Laughter is the best medicine. How many of you very quickly would like 3 quick exercises that, how many of you have some neck pain? Raise your hand up quickly. Sometimes you have some neck pain. Sometimes. Raise your hand up fast. All right. You don't have to get up. You'll have to sit here. How many of you back pain sometimes? Yeah. Common. Right? Would you like 3 exercises that will help you a little bit on your neck pain and back pain right now? Stand up. Stand up except you. Right? All right. Good. Everybody. Feet together. Interlock your fingers. Turn your palm towards the ceiling. Stretch, 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 stretch. Very good. Now, very slowly stand on your toes. Very good. And look in front and do this only for the next 15 minutes. All right, wonderful. Down and down, right? So this actually stretches your entire spine, right? But do very quickly for the cervical region. Look in front. Slowly take your head up. Slowly come down. If you have a lot of neck pain, do not go forward bend. If you have little pain, it's okay. You can go down. Touch your chin to your chest. Slowly come to the center. Move your head slowly to your right. I'm moving to my left. To the center and the opposite side. Slowly bring your head 45 degrees to your right. 45 degrees to your left. Bring your chin to your chest and slowly take a nice big circle clockwise. And take a nice big circle anti-clockwise. Wonderful. Now this is awesome for your cervical region. Easy to do in 3 minutes every day, isn't it? Right? Sometimes do we find some stiffness in the shoulders? Yes or no? Right? Separate your feet. We are going to become, how many of you don't know how to swim? Raise your hand up if you don't know how to swim. Okay, so today after my session, you're going to text all your friends and family, I learned how to swim. And don't tell them where. Afterwards, when you reach home, you can tell them it was only in the air. Right? But just leave it. Let them keep guessing. They say you went for a conference or you went to swim at the Taj. All right? So everybody ready. Forward stroke. Smile on your face because you're not going to drown. Are you going to drown? No. So smile. Come on, everybody. Forward stroke. Forward stroke. Forward, 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 forward. Fantastic. Champions for the next Olympics. Right? Practice going on at the Taj Land's End. And now a little faster, little faster, little faster, little faster. Awesome, awesome. Last 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Eyes closed, left hand on your chest. Observe your breathing. No movement of the body, no movement of the mind. Eyes closed, just be observant of your breath. Has your heartbeat increased? Yes or no? It's almost like a cardiovascular workout. Breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. Pay attention to your breath. Make your breath your best friend. Keep your eyes closed. You'll get better value if you keep your eyes closed. Wonderful. 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 Great. Awesome. And now the last exercise is feet parallel to the ground, feet parallel to each other, hands parallel to the ground, and slowly come and sit on this beautiful, comfortable chair. Come on, half sit on that chair, right? Half sit, half sit, half sit. Very good, awesome. And now go all the way down. Woo! Good job done. Good job done. Yeah. Now come half. Wait. I forgot how to count 10 to 1 backwards. Help me. 10. Backwards. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Woo! 5 clap. Woo! Doing it was a little difficult, but when you finished, you felt like some energy was released, right? Some blocks released. You know, our parents got this every morning when they used the Indian toilet. We messed our lives by using the Western commode. And I tell all of you, please get, if it's possible, an Anglo-Indian, at least one. If you have 2-3 bathrooms, one bathroom Anglo-Indian, use the Anglo-Indian. It's better. Constipation is also less. Bowel movement is better. Constipation is the mother of many diseases. So the Western commode is horrible. Okay? We have 3 bathrooms in our house. I have one where we have Anglo-Indian. And I use that, to be honest. All right? So, done. Now we come to the last point, and that last thing is the power of laughter. Right? We've heard laughter is the best medicine. Yes or no? Yes. Right? And yet some people don't laugh enough. Forget laugh. Some people don't even smile. They act as if the whole world is on their shoulders. Forget it. Laugh and smile more, and it makes a big difference. Now people say, but I can't laugh in office. I can't laugh in my institution. I can't laugh loudly at home because my parents will think I'm crazy, or my sister, brother, or my husband, wife, or my children, whatever. Or if everybody is fine, my neighbors will call the mental asylum. One neighbor is laughing every day. So I've created one laughter which I call silent laughter, which we are all going to practice together today, because we can all go into a room called the bathroom, right, in our house. And normally you go alone in the bathroom, right? And normally you see a mirror in the bathroom. You can see only one fool, right? So laugh with that fool. And if you have a problem with somebody in the house doesn't like it, close the door, which you normally do. And no, even if they put their ear, they will not be able to hear. So laughter silently. Got it? So how do we do? Stand up, stand up, stand up, stand up, stand up, stand up for the last time. Right? Stand up. Now. First round is a demo round. So I will say breathe in, go down, but you don't do it. Then 5 rounds together we'll do it. So when I'm going and breathing in, down, I'll move my hands left to right. You'll see my stomach going in. My face is gushed with blood, right? So my brain cells are getting activated. My digestion is improving. Blood circulation is moving, and that's what happens. So again, I repeat. I say breathe in. Don't do anything. I'll tell you when you have to join. Fair enough? Ready? Breathe in. This is 1 round. 5 rounds like that. Everybody start. Breathe in. Move your hands. Unfold your hands. 2. 3. 4. And the last one, 5. Eyes closed, left hand on your chest. Observe your heartbeats. Tell me honestly, have your heartbeats increased? Yes or no? Yes. You almost went for a 1-mile jog in 2 minutes. Great exercise for your heart. Today so many heart issues are coming, right? This exercise, laughter every day, is going to reduce your heart issues also, because you're getting a cardiovascular workout in just a very short period of time. When you do it at home, please keep your eyes open, closed, for as long as you can, till the breathing settles down on its own. Don't be in a rush to open your eyes. Today we can open our eyes earlier because we want to, in 2-3 minutes, finish the session. Now the last is what I call total body laughter. We'll join it together. Everybody with me 5 times. Come on, breathe in, breathe in, breathe in, breathe in. Breathe in. 1. 2. 3. 4 and the last time. And a big clap for all of us and sit down, sit down. How many of you felt better? Tell me honestly. How many of you felt better and better? Brighter, brighter. Fantastic. So we are going to go to the last, which is T. Together everyone achieves what? What? We've heard this. Together everyone achieves more. But with Nikhil Desai, it's not more. Together everyone achieves miracles. That is the power of teamwork. We can all have more inspiring high performance. Henry Ford had said, coming together is the beginning, keeping together is progress, and working together is success. So, if you like, you can take a screenshot of this, and if you have friends in other organizations besides your own also who can benefit, feel free to share my number with them, my email ID, my website, whatever you want to, and vice versa. You will be doing a good deed in helping reach my 250,000 to 500,000. I sold off all my stakes 16 years ago in my businesses where I was making crores of rupees only because I felt that God has given me something which I can share and make, and I think it's all a multiplier effect. If I motivate one person through my session, there are 50 other people who are benefited. 50 could include friends, family, colleagues, society, average. So 250,000 people, you know what it is. Another 500,000 means whatever. So if you feel that's worth it, feel free to take a screenshot. And one more thing I'll request you is send your feedback. Feedback is the breakfast of champions. People ask me, how do you do this? 35 years, I plan 15 more years. I've been a cricketer, so at least half century, right, in this profession, right? So 35 plus 15, and therefore I would be happy to receive your feedback on WhatsApp, if it's convenient, or on email, whatever works for you. But please take this and send it with your name, and I'll be happy. Will you? How many of you promise that you'll send a feedback? Be honest, keep your word. You know, J.R.D. Tata said, when a young person went up to him and said, I want to be a very successful person, give me your please share with me the secrets of success. Mr. J.R.D. Tata said, remember 6 words in your life. Keep your word and keep your time. He says, keep your word and keep your time. So if you've raised your hand up, will you keep your word? Yes? Is it difficult to do? No. But it's a small practice, and that will help you in other things in life, where you will start keeping your word. Otherwise, what happens now? In a group, we say, we'll give. And then who cares? Who's going to know whether I gave it or not? But don't do that, because you will know for yourself. Be honest to yourself. Honesty is the best policy for self-improvement. Yes or no? Anything. Your honesty to yourself. So you promise, take a note, WhatsApp or email, whatever works for you. Right? Thank you very much. You were a wonderful audience. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.